I like to have control. And I know I'm not just speaking for myself. The colloquialism, if you want something done, you've got to do it yourself, is one that has governed my life in a lot of ways. And at one level, I think I'm all right with this. My dissatisfaction with pastors when I was younger is what opened my ears to hear God's calling me to be a pastor. I thought pastoring ought to be done a certain way and accepted a call to, well, do it that way. There is, though, a shadow side to being controlling. I can become so set on circumstances going my way that I totally steamroll the creativity and feelings of others. I can't trust their ideas, not when my goals are at stake. At the heart of all of this is my lust for controlling outcomes. I want things to go how I want them to go. And the person most capable of making that happen is, well, me. This level of personal involvement with outcomes is dangerous, though. It leaves me vulnerable to things like defensiveness and stress. I get defensive because, in my view, nobody has thought my plans through better than me. If someone offers a counter idea or suggestion, then my typical reaction is to put that idea down and clarify why mine is better and we're going to go with that. But this is, of course, excruciatingly stressful, because now if my plans don't succeed, my holy and sacred plans, to quote the great Chris Stapleton, I've got nobody to blame but me. So every failure becomes a personal failure, which means every new venture has higher and higher stakes, and I grow even more distrustful of others. All of this makes Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 8 a very hard pill to swallow for people like me. The author of Proverbs writes, and you've heard this one before, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh, and refreshment to your bones." Proverbs is in a part of the Old Testament known by many as the wisdom literature. And among the many pieces of wisdom to be gleaned from this passage is the wisdom of surrendering outcomes to the Lord. So each line, in its own way, calls us to release control to the one who is working all things together for good. Instead of depending on my fragile perceptions, I am to trust in the Redeemer. Instead of occupying my circumstances with a lone wolf mentality, I am to acknowledge the presence of the one who has gone before me. And instead of trying to be the smartest and wisest person in the room, I am to rejoice and tremble at the one from whom wisdom comes. Many of us hear this passage and think it a call to a kind of dreary and resigned surrender to God, kind of like a child pouting about going to the grocery store with his mom when he would rather stay home and play video games. But the author of Proverbs doesn't see it that way. Presumably he, instead sees such a surrender as a pathway to healing and refreshment. I don't have to be defensive when I trust in the Lord, because I don't have to get what I want. I don't have to be stressed because my self-worth is no longer bound to my ideas. I can trust better. I can commune better. I can even sleep better, resting in the knowledge that control was never mine to have, and that the one who has it is working all things together for the good of those who love him. The word we use to describe this phenomenon is contentment. The heart that is given its full trust to the Lord is one that can say with Paul in his very well-known writings in Philippians 4, "I have learned in whatever situation I am in to be content. And in this contentment, I can be certain that whether peace like a river attends my way, or sorrows like sea billows roll, Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul.